In this video, I'll be reviewing the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie. I picked it up in tropical/naval blue. It usually retails for $99. I got it on sale in January for $49.50. Now, I love sun hoodies. I find them to be the perfect balance of UV protection and ventilation. They also wick moisture very well. I have taken to wearing sun hoodies as base layers on the majority of my hikes, especially my day hikes. And I went into this year hoping to find one that combined all of the sort of elements, design elements and features that I wanted. And I landed on the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie. It came in my favorite color, which is whatever's on sale. If I had to pick, I probably would have chosen a lighter color. But I think it actually works out to be a nice blend because the darker sections of it equal better sun protection and the lighter sections of it shed heat a little bit better. So I think having a blend between the two works out pretty nicely. I've been testing it on the trail for about 6 months and I'm ready to share my thoughts. Let's talk sun protection. The Astroman Sun Hoodie does boast a 50 UPF rating. Now that means it allows about 1/50th of the sun's UV rays to penetrate the fabric, which means that it blocks 98% of the sun's harmful rays. Now that's only effective if it covers you properly. And what I find with the Astroman Sun Hoodie is the hood provides excellent coverage for the head and the neck, which is one of the things I love about sun hoodies. I don't have to worry about putting on sunblock. I don't have to worry about the back of my neck wearing some sort of neck garter or anything. It's a one-size-fits-all piece. The Astroman does have thumb loops. They are somewhat minimal. I'll talk about them in a little bit more detail later, but it does provide thumb loops to give it a little bit of extra coverage to your hands. It's a little bit long in the back, which is great if you're wearing a backpack or if you're climbing. The extra length provides consistent coverage and protection. Overall, I find that the Astroman does give excellent UV protection. Out of 100, I give it an 80. The Astroman Sun Hoodie excels at comfort. It has an 84% nylon, 16% spandex mix, which is Blue Sign approved, which means that the materials and the manufacturing processes are safe for the environment, for the workers, and for the end user. Outdoor Research calls this fabric movement mirroring stretch, which I do find to be helpful on more technical sections of the trail. And it has a bit of a more relaxed fit compared to some of the other sun hoodies that I have worn. It moves with my body rather than against it. For someone a bit larger like me, I didn't feel like I was restricted or constricted by my base layer. It's got flat stitching throughout, which is completely unnoticeable. The half zipper and the small chest pocket are gusseted at the ends to prevent snagging on hair and skin. And that half zip on the chest allows you to sort of balance how much sun protection you want versus how much ventilation you want. So for comfort and breathability, I give the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie a 90 out of 100. Over 6 months of testing, I've had no issues with rips in the fabric or failing seams. Now, I can be pretty tough on gear. As I mentioned, I'm a larger guy. There was actually one instance where I was scrambling over some jagged rocks on a steep incline. I caught my sleeve on a sharp edge, and the fabric actually didn't just remain intact. There were no signs of damage at all. I've worn this thing in dense forests. I've worn it on rocky terrains, through the desert, and even through some unexpected rain showers. And it has just performed and stayed intact and not shown any signs of wear. Now, like all performance wear, it does require some special care to remain effective. I use oxygen bleach and I always air dry it. I never put it in the dryer. Heat from the dryer can damage the spandex in the fabric over time. So I just air dry it, and that extra care is worth it to maintain the shirt's excellent performance and longevity, ensuring it continues to serve me well. Out of 100, I give the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie a 90 in durability. The fabric of the Astroman is thin, it's fast drying, and it's moisture wicking. Now, I'm a heavy sweater. I put this shirt through its paces on numerous desert hikes, and it has never let me down. It dries faster than almost every other shirt I've ever tried, although we'll talk a little bit more about what happens to it when it gets wet. But as far as wicking moisture, it is an excellent choice for high-intensity activities in hot environments. Now, as I mentioned. Let's talk about when it gets wet. So before I say that the Astroman is an outstanding choice for anyone who sweats heavily and needs reliable performance wear, there is one thing I feel like I do need to address. When saturated with sweat, the fabric shifts hue more than any shirt I've ever tested. So be ready for noticeable sweat marks in the usual areas. And while this doesn't impact its performance, it's something to consider if appearance is at all a priority in your activities. Additionally, and somewhat surprisingly, outdoor research didn't apply any sort of odor or cooling treatment in the fabric, which reduces the overall joy of wearing it, especially over a longer backpacking trip, but it's still a very functional base layer. For moisture wicking, I give the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie a 75 out of 100. I find the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie to have a bit of a sleek look. I think it's versatile. I think it can be worn as an off-trail piece. I've actually gotten several people have referred to it as a jacket rather than as a base layer, which is how I use it. And I find that very interesting. And I think that's just because of the overall look of it. Its zippers and its colorway sort of give like a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket from the 90s feel. So it's kind of fashion forward, but ask me in 5 to 10 years and I might not feel quite the same way. Now, Outdoor Research does limit the number of color choices it offers this sun hoodie in, and that may be a disadvantage for many. I just look for the cheapest color. I don't really care that much. But in my opinion, the Astroman Sun Hoodie strikes a balance between functionality and style, and overall, as far as design and style, I give it an 80 out of 100. On to price. Now, the UPF 50 rating, the Blue Sign approved fabric, and the exceptional durability all do add up to a premium cost. The Astroman is undeniably one of the more expensive options on the market for sun shirts. Now, do I think that the performance and longevity justify the expense? I do. You won't need to replace it as frequently, so in the long run, it ends up cheaper than a lot of other pieces that you're going to cycle through. And Outdoor Research also often has sales on the Astroman. I purchased mine half off in January. As I'm recording this video, it's 30% off online. So keep an eye out for those discounts to help offset the cost a little bit, but it is an expensive sun shirt. Overall, while the price may be a hurdle for some, though, I think its quality and performance make it a worthwhile investment if you can afford it. And out of 100, I give the Astroman Sun Hoodie a 60 in price. A few additional features to chat about. The helmet-compatible hood provides ample coverage without hindering visibility. There is a half-zip front, which I love. It allows heat expulsion when it's unzipped, and when zipped up, it maximizes sun protection during prolonged exposure. You can actually cinch it up so that it leaves just a little bit for wind resistance and to cover your chest and neck. There is a chest pocket, which provides easy access to essentials. Theoretically, it also serves as a pocket for the jacket itself, although I find that of limited value personally. However, if you want this as a travel shirt, it's a fine option. Just keep in mind, if you do use that pocket, the material is very likely to come out wrinkled. There is a double-sided zipper, both on that pocket and on the chest. It secures items inside of the pocket, and it is gusseted to prevent snagging. There are thumb loops, however, they are very minimal. If you especially hike with trekking poles, it's not going to give you full coverage on your hand. It does provide some additional sun protection, and it ensures that the sleeves stay in place during movement, but it is not going to give you full protection on your hands. That, to me, is one of the bigger downsides of the Astroman Sun Hoodie. The other thing, since we're in the area of the thumb loops, is the sleeve cuffs are very stretchy. They allow a snug fit against your skin to prevent drafts. Overall, for additional features, I give the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie an 80 out of 100. The overall score in UV protection, an 80 out of 100. In comfort, a 90 out of 100. In durability, a 90 out of 100. Moisture wicking, a 75 out of 100. Design and style, 80 out of 100. Price, 60 out of 100. Additional features, 80 out of 100. Overall, I give the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun Hoodie an 80.75 out of 100. On the plus side, it provides excellent UV protection, it provides great comfort and breathability, and it's durable. On the downside, it is an expensive sun shirt. There's no question about it. Also, it leaves unsightly sweat marks if you are a sweater, and they don't dissipate very quickly. Also on the cons is limited color options. So if you are someone that likes to have a wide variety of options, it's not going to provide that for you. Overall, the Astroman Sun Hoodie has proven to be a reliable and versatile companion for my hikes in the challenging environments of Southern California. Its excellent UV protection, combined with the comfort and breathability of its Blue Sign approved fabric, makes it a standout piece in my outdoor wardrobe. And while the fit might be a bit snug for some and the price on the higher side, the durability and thoughtful design features like the helmet compatible hood, the thumb loops, and the half zip make it a worthwhile investment in my opinion. Despite minor drawbacks, the Astroman delivers on its promise of performance and style, making it a top choice for anyone seeking effective sun protection and comfort on their adventures. I give it an overall score of 80.75 out of 100. My name is Grimace. You've been watching Hike California. If you got value out of this video, please click that thumbs up button. And hey, let's do this again sometime.